This is going to be a continuation video on our uh, like the meta arguments. We have discussed till the provider argument, and we have something called life cycle block. Okay, so this is also part of meta argument. So total we have three. Okay, so this life cycle block actually defines special rules for how Terraform creates, updates, and destroy the resources. See, in one of the previous video, when we discussed about Terraform destroy, I have already used this prevent destroy option. So, if I use this life cycle called prevent destroy, so if I try to destroy the Terraform, by running Terraform destroy, so it is not going to delete the resources. Okay, manually I have to add this, prevent destroy to false. So then only it is going to create delete the resources. All right. So now let's observe the first option, create before destroy. Okay, so this create before destroy, right? So whenever you have multiple resources, or whenever you are dealing with a resource in Terraform, if you are updating, okay, so the existing one, won't destroy. So the default behavior is when it is updating, it will start destroying the old one and it is going to start creating the new one. But here, if we have this as a life cycle, so create before destroy is set to true, the existing one is going to be terminated, not going to be terminated. First new one is going to create. Once the new one is successful, then it is going to destroy. For example, some scenarios like AMI changing AMI, like uh, name change kind of basic operations, but AMI and all, yeah, you can actually use this feature with servers, you can use with load balancers, you can use with databases to achieve kind of zero downtime for some of the resources. So let's apply this on the script we are actually working on. So I'm going to remove this, the previous one. So I have this resource where we have an instance. Okay, let's, okay, the previous one is destroyed, so I think we are good. We are working on a no, not a clean one. Let me destroy. Terraform destroy auto approve. All right, so it's going to delete the uh, provider configuration is not present. Okay, so yeah, it is now going to delete the resources we created in Northern Virginia as well as the Mumbai region. Okay, it is shutting down here also. So I think I'm good to close this Northern Virginia. Now, so let me add that whatever I'm talking, the life cycle. Okay, so next to this tags, I'm going to add something here, life cycle. Okay, the block opened, and here, uh, not this, it should be create underscore before destroy is equal to true. Should be before, there is a typo, right? So I have added this, and yeah, the previous delete is now completed. So I think we are good to clean up this particular part, right? Okay, so now Terraform FMT. Okay, so now Terraform apply auto approve. So it is going to create the resource. Now what I want to do is it is creating the resource and the name is Mumbai instance, and yeah, it's in pending state and obviously it is going to create. Okay, but as like want to demonstrate this create before destroy, right? What I'm doing here, I'm going to take another AMI. For example, currently we are running this machine with Amazon Linux. If you scroll down a bit, you can see AL 2023. That means it's Amazon Linux 2023. Okay, so I changed my mind. I want to change this to something like a Ubuntu. Okay, so I'm going to copy this. Okay, there is no direct option to change the AMI of an instance, and yeah, now what I'm doing, I change the AMI, and what lifecycle I mentioned here, create before destroy. Okay, so I have changed the AMI. So obviously now this Terraform has to create a new Ubuntu EC2 instance. But is it going to terminate this instance immediately? No. First the Ubuntu one should come alive, up and running, or the creation should complete. Then only it is going to terminate this Mumbai instance. Okay. So I'm going to call this as a Ubuntu instance, right? So now Terraform apply auto approve. Now first you observe here, it is creating the instance. Okay, so now you see here both are in running state. It should terminate, but both, like the Ubuntu one alive and Mumbai instance also in running state only. And now once the creation completed, it waited. Okay, you see here creating, still creating, creation completed. Now the destroy operation is happening. So as the name itself reflecting its purpose, create before destroy. Okay, so that is one, like argument we have. And the next one in this argument category is prevent destroy. We already seen this. See, if I set this life cycle, when I am running this Terraform destroy command, it is not going to work. It cannot delete the resource we have within the template. Okay, so yeah, let's give a try. One more time just to refresh. Okay, so prevent underscore destroy. Okay, so now Terraform apply auto approve. Okay, so now it is refreshing and it is saying, okay, there is no changes. Okay, the EC2 instance you required is already up and running with the same name. All right, so now I want to delete this. Okay, so obviously, as we know, if I want to delete this, we are going to use Terraform destroy. When I click on enter, now it's refreshing the state and it is saying instance cannot be destroyed. So why? What is the reason? There is a lifecycle rule setup, prevent destroy. So the prevent destroy is set to true. When this prevent destroy is set to true, it is not going to delete the resource we have here. So you need to set this to false. Basically it is a boolean, it supports only true and false. Now as I have set that to false, now if I gave Terraform destroy, then it is going to delete the resource, and it is, I have not added auto approve, It's asking for my confirmation. I have given yes, and now only this particular resource is going to terminate. All right. So yeah, that is what this prevent destroy option is. So there is one more option, that is ignore changes. Okay, so if you observe this, like ignore changes, we can define, okay, whatever the changes happening for a particular value in the resource, you ignore it. So as per this Terraform script, okay, whatever the changes happened on this instance type, okay, that means this T2 micro, in place of T2 micro, if I give T3 micro or something else, it is going to ignore the changes. If I am changing AMI, it will take effect. But if I am doing any change on this particular configuration, then it is not going to take effect. So let's use similar kind of script here. In place of prevent destroy, I'm going to use ignore changes, which particular information. So we can set it in array format. So I want to ignore changes happening on this instance type. Okay, so to demonstrate this, what I'm going to do, I'm going to change the name. I'm going to change the name and I'll apply. It should work. And I'm going to change this instance type from T3 micro to T3 small kind of configuration. That should not apply. Okay, why? Because we have mentioned, okay, whatever the changes happening on this instant type, you ignore. We are informing this Terraform to ignore changes happening on the instant type. All right, so first let's come on for let's apply Terraform apply auto approve. Now yeah, it should create the resource here. Okay, it is in pending state now. Right, it is creating. Okay, Ubuntu instance is now in running state. Okay, so now yeah, I realized, okay, this instance name should not be Ubuntu, it should be something else. For example, it should be something like a Aviz instance. I did a change to the name. I'm going to apply the change. Okay, and now the change is going to take effect here. Earlier it is Ubuntu instance, but now it got changed to Aviz instance, right? Okay, so that means, like, it's taken effect. Now what I'm doing, instead of T3 micro, we have T3 small also under free tier limitation. I'm going to apply that T3 small here. All right, so I'm saving it. Now let's try to apply. Okay, is it going to apply? You see this, I did a change. I did a change, but it is saying Terraform has compared your infrastructure against the one. So the whatever you already have here, the desired one is there, like the same one is there. Okay, that is what it is mentioning here, right? So but here I did a change and I'm trying to apply. So I have clearly mentioned here, as part of this life cycle, whatever changes happening on this instant type, you ignore it. Okay, so how it is, like, let's observe what actually we have in the Terraform state file. We have T3 small or the T3 micro. So obviously this Terraform state file is going to have T3 micro only, not T3 small. As we have specially mentioned here, the Terraform is ignoring all the changes we are doing here on the instant type. All right. So this is all like, meta arguments we have. These all like, life cycle stages we have in Terraform. I'm closing this video now. We will discuss some of the topics in our like, uh, next video. Thank you. See you again. Hope you are learning Terraform from our videos. And if you feel these videos are valuable, don't forget to share with the DevOps learners and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you.